The original owners, they actually sold scanners, and curiosity obviously set in as to how they could add extra value to the client, obviously with those scanned images. And I think at the time, imaging and workflow solutions, there wasn't really a flooded market there. Competition wasn't high, so it was really a good line of business to be in. So obviously with paper-based processing, there's obviously big issues around that from a security perspective, access to the data and the high costs of processing paper. And so the imaging and workflow was a good way to exploit all of that. Obviously, imaging a physical check was our gateway into financial technology. The hard part was getting to become experts in that type of industry and transactional banking. Our first major projects in the space came at a similar time in Malawi and in Kenya, and obviously both of those sitting outside of Zimbabwe and South Africa. So a big challenge to be working on the fly in a very agile type environment, building these modules for the end-to-end solution, not having actually the solutions and the products at hand, was obviously our biggest challenge. And I think we overcame that, really through a lot of late nights. But importantly, we also, when we didn't have the solutions, we had to use third-party software initially, and then obviously develop that on the fly. And we're quite fortunate to have a very good client that and consultants that actually was quite patient with us and helped us through the process. We firstly realized the need for enhanced customer experience from both an omni-channel perspective and a one-stop shop for all the different types of payment rails, whether it's from a branch or from the corporate. And secondly, to ease the workload of back-end staff where working overtime had become the norm. Besides innovations around virtual deposit slips, optical and intelligent character recognition and the likes, much of our innovation came around, it was necessitated, let's say, around the client environments where poor network, high latency, dirty data really necessitated us to innovate around that. Also, as we expanded from checks to different payment rails, from instant payments to high value RTGS payments, we really had to innovate around ensuring that we didn't have any bottlenecks and prevented things like duplicate payments. We've certainly seen a shift. It's really important for our clients that they're working with a partner, not a vendor, a trusted advisor that really can work with them to elicit proper conversations around their roadmap and seeing how we can map our solutions to what they're requiring. I think also what's very important now with the stiff competition is being quick to market. So it's very key that we have the products readily available, but also as important is that we don't sell products, you actually sell solutions, and obviously back that up with the products. Firstly, with instant payments taking the limelight, I think detecting fraud in real time is going to be absolutely key. And so our investment in a product called transaction monitoring over the last 3 years, I think is certainly going to pay dividends. Secondly, as financial institutions step up their game to compete for more customers, a high customer base, both retail and corporate, with a more increased focus at the moment on small to medium enterprises, I think our innovations in the digital onboarding and identity verification are well placed.